Sūrat Al-Alaq is the 96th surah chapter of the Quran. It is composed of 19 ayat, and is traditionally believed to have been revealed at Mecca at cave Hira. It is sometimes also known as Sūrat Iqrā. The meaning of al-ʻAlaq. The linguistic definition of al-ʻAlaq is leech, medicinal leech, coagulated blood, blood clot, or the early stage of the embryo. Al-ʻAlaq is also a derivative of al-ʻAlaqa, which means attached and hanging to something. Professor Abdul Halim mentions that al-ʻAlaq can also mean anything that clings, a clot of blood, a leech, even a lump of mud. All these meanings involve the basic idea of clinging or sticking. The term al-ʻAlaq is the second stage of human prenatal development, which descriptively encompasses the primary external and internal features of the early embryo. The term al-ʻAlaq also occurs in several languages related to Arabic. In Hebrew there is al-ʻAlaq, the generic name for any blood-sucking worm or leech, and in Aramaic and Syriac there are words with apparently similar meanings. Period of revelation. This surah has two parts. The first part consists of VV 1-5, and the second of VV 6-19. The majority of Islamic scholars agreed that the first part forms the first revelation to be sent down to Prophet Muhammad in 610. In this regard, the hadith from Aisha, which Ibn Hanbal, Bukhari, Muslim and other traditionists have related with several chains of authorities, is one of the most authentic hadith on the subject. In it Aisha narrates the full story of the beginning of revelation as she herself heard it from Muhammad. Besides Ibn Abbas, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari and a group of the companions also are reported to have stated that these were the very first verses of the Quran to be revealed to Muhammad. The second part was revealed later, when Muhammad began to perform the prescribed prayer in the precincts of the Kaaba, and Abu Jahl tried to prevent him from this with threats. The first revelation, verses 1-5. The first 5 verses of this surah are believed by nearly all sources, both traditional and modern, to be the first verses of the Quran to be related by Muhammad. A few commentators disagree with this account, claiming that the first revelation was the beginning of Surat al-Madad, Surat al-Fatiha, but theirs is a minority position. Moreover, the term insan, which is translated to man or human, appears 65 times in the Quran, applying to both sexes of mankind, a generic man. Verses 6-19. The remainder of the surah, revealed later, questions the morality and beliefs of mankind, who thinks himself self-sufficient, unaware that all things will return to the Lord. Once man becomes self-satisfied, he has the tendency to transgress. The text continues, addressing the impiety of the man who forbids our servant to pray. These later lines are thought to date from the time when Muhammad began to pray the Salat in the Kaaba. Abu Jahl attempted to interrupt the prayer by trampling on Muhammad's neck while he was prostrated. Does he not realize that God sees all? The Quran commands Muhammad to continue the prayer regardless, as those who persecute the faithful are unaware that God sees what they do. The translated word bow down in verse 19 comes from the word sujud, which refers to the position in Muslim prayer where the head, hands, knees, and toes are on the ground.